Are you in a panic because you haven't got the school place you wanted for your child? This can be so anxiety inducing and overwhelming, but stop, because I've got 3 simple steps that you can take to improve your situation, and I'm going to guide you through them on this video, so keep watching. Finding the right education for your child when they have special educational needs and disabilities can be really challenging. It can feel like you're going into battle with the local authority, and in some ways you are, so you need to be armed. I've got a workshop coming up about appealing a school named in your EHCP, that's Education, Health and Care Plan. And this is going to go into lots of detail. It's a 2-hour workshop, so we really delve into it. So do sign up for that. There's a link to it in the description that you can use. But right now, if you can't wait for that workshop, I've got something that will help you, and that's 3 steps that you can take. The first is know your rights. So if your child has an EHCP, legally there are actually only 3 reasons a school can turn them down. And you know what? Being full is not one of them. So the first one is age, aptitude and ability. So this might apply if you, for example, had a child who was performing at age expected standards academically, but you were trying to get them into a special school that's catering for children who are working at a much lower level. And there are very practical reasons for this. Lots of those schools do not, for example, prepare children for GCSEs. So that might be a reason that they could legally turn you down. The second reason is that it would be incompatible with the education of the other children. Now, this is often where they try to shoehorn in the "we're full" argument, but actually the burden on proof lies with the school, and actually you can argue that just one more child is unlikely to be incompatible with the education of the other children. The third reason is inefficient use of resources. So this may come up if you're applying for quite an expensive special school, particularly if they're an independent school. But again, there are ways that you can argue back, and if you come to that workshop, we'll go through how you can mount a case against this. And this brings me on to the second point, and that is know that you can appeal this decision. So if you've had a letter saying this is the school that we're assigning to your child, there should be details on that on how you can appeal. And if you have a child of an EHCP, that will mean going to the SEND tribunal. Now, this is a lengthy and quite stressful process, but you can do it. And the good news is, if you are just appealing section I, that's the school named, then you often get fast-tracked because they know that they need to get it sorted for September. So you will often get a hearing in around the summer. The third thing that you need to do is start preparing your evidence if you have decided that you're going to appeal. Now, it's really important to understand that a diagnosis in itself is not evidence of need. You have to show the evidence of your child's need and why the school that you want is the only one that can meet that need. Now, again, I can't go into all the details of this here. This is just a short video. So sign up to that workshop if you want to go into this in more depth. You can get the school that your child needs, but don't try and do this alone. Use your supporter network, come to the workshops, get in touch with me if you want to discuss it further. All my training comes from IPSI, which is a charity that specialises in SEND law. So I will be sharing information that they've given to me onto you, because I know it's actually really difficult to get hold of their specialist advisors, and it can be difficult to find a solicitor too. But with the support of your peers and workshops like mine, you can do this without lots of expensive legal support. So if paying for solicitors is not an option for you, I'm going to tell you how you can do this without spending hundreds and hundreds of money. But obviously, if you can afford it and you have got access to solicitors, you should definitely use those. I'm not suggesting that anyone not do that route if you can afford it and you have access to it. But the reality is that I know not everyone does. So there is hope, so don't give up, and come to that workshop if you need a bit more support. I hope this has been useful, and good luck with getting that place for your child.